The Life of Dr. Jose Rizal. Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Rialonda was born on June 19, 1861 in Calamba, Laguna and died on December 30, 1896 in Manila. He is a patriot, physician, and a man of letters who was an inspiration to the Philippine nationalist movement. Jose Rizal was the seventh child in a family of 11 children. His parents went to school and were well known. His father, Rizal Mercado, worked hard as a farmer in Binan, Laguna, and Rizal looked up to him. His mother, Chudora Alonso Rialonda y Quintos, was born in Maysic, Santa Cruz, Manila. She read a lot and knew about art and many other things. Rizal said she was loving and very smart. He learned the alphabet from his mother at the age of 3. At age of 5, while learning to read and write, he also showed that he could draw and paint. He surprised his family and relatives with his pencil drawings and sketches, and with his moldings of clay. Dr. Jose Rizal is famous for being the first Filipino that raised standard on educated people and showed how important education in our lives, because in 1877, at the age of 16, Jose Rizal finished school in Bachelor of Arts at the Ateneo Municipal de Manila. In the same year, he went to another school to study philosophy and letters at the University of Santo Tomas. At the same time, he took classes to become a surveyor and assessor at the Ateneo. In 1878, he went to the University of Santo Tomas to become a doctor. However, he stopped his studies when he felt that the Filipino students were not being treated right by the priests who were also their teachers. Feeling the unfair treatment from the priests, which is their teachers, he decided to have an education abroad. Without prior consent from his parents and with the financial support from Pasiano, Rizal traveled alone to Madrid, Spain, on May 3, 1882 via the steamer Salvadora sailing to Singapore. On November 3, he enrolled in 2 courses, medicine and philosophy and letters at the Universidad Central de Madrid. While studying, Rizal continued his passion for sports, practicing fencing and shooting in the Hall of Arms of Sans E. Carbonell in Madrid as well. On June 21, 1884, Jose Rizal completed his medical course and was awarded the degree of licentiate in medicine by the Universidad Central de Madrid. By the end of the school year 1884 to 1885, he acquired the degree of Doctor of Medicine and received his degree of licentiate in Philosophy and Letters on June 19, 1885 as sobresaliente. The political life of Dr. Jose Rizal during writing the famous novel entitled Noli Me Tangere and Il Filibusterismo. Jose Rizal hoped to make political changes in his country and to make the Filipinos go to school. Rizal wrote many poems and books that show his love for his country. In March 1887, his book Noli Me Tangere was published. It shows the bad habits of the Spanish priest. Il Filibusterismo, his second novel, was published on September 18, 1891. It is sadder than his first book. Rizal was not liked by those in power. He showed the bad things done by the priest and the people in the government, and this led him and his relatives into trouble. Because of this, he and those he knew were being watched by the government. They were making up bad things against him. He was put in jail in Fort Santiago from July 6, 1892 to July 15, 1892. They said that papers with words he wrote against priests were found in the luggage of his sister Lucia, who arrived with him from Hong Kong. He was made to stay in the Pitan, and there he did farming, fishing, and business. He also operated on and worked in a hospital. He taught English and Spanish languages, and the arts. The execution of Dr. Jose Rizal is when the Philippine Revolution during the War of Filipinos against the Spaniards started on August 26, 1896. His enemies went after him fast. They were able to get people to say bad things against him and link him with the war. He was never allowed to talk to these people because the Spanish authorities thought he was responsible for the activities of the revolutionaries. He was exiled to the city of Dapitan in Zamboanga in Mindanao, southern Philippines, from November 3, 1896 to the date of his death. He was again held at Fort Santiago.
Sumatumest!
In prison, he wrote a poem with no title. It is now called Ultimo Adios and became a famous poem in the Philippines. It expresses the hero's great love of country as well as that of all Filipinos. After a trial by the military authorities, he was convicted of rebellion, going against the government, sedition, making trouble, and forming an illegal association meeting not allowed by the government. He was executed and punished by killing by guns fired by soldiers on December 30, 1896 at Bagumbayan Field. This video commemorates the heroism of Dr. Jose Rizal to our country. His good deeds and his love for our country will forever be remembered.